going to clap him, give everyone thumbs up and ride his follow.
Oh, g'day guys, it's summertime and the heat is on. The Criterium Series is back at Barnawatha, the Albury Wodonga Cycling Club Criterium Summer Series. Now, this is B grade from last night, the 14th of January, and there's the man on the right there, Peter Varley. He's one of our guns. He's a senior rider, and I tell you what, the bloke can ride a crit like nothing else. Very powerful, can read the ride really well. As he says, it's all about positioning. There's Brad Hazy. Brad stepped up with his racing team, Sprowley, falling off his bike on his birthday last Friday. Hazy's moved up from C grade into B grade to fill the spot. Young Reece Pollock just tightening the boots up there. He'll be flowing around beautifully. A Trent Perry off my shoulder. Trent is a weapon, and I think, no spoiler alerts, but he rides exceptionally well last night. We're just on the first lap here. Young Lachlan Davies is there on the right hand side. He's one of our up and coming riders. Adam there from where's Adam from? Castlemaine. Adam Jackson, Castlemaine in the green sleeves. Young Archie McDonald just out of frame there behind me. Great to have Archie back. I can see Trav Bossy up the front there, Mr. Wilson, Stealthy McAllister coming through on the right hand side in the purple and pink there on the Cannondale. Young Craig Stealthy McAllister is also a notable weapon in our local riding scene. He puts in the hours and he reaps the rewards. There's Hazy, he's a big unit. He makes most riders look small, and there's Trav Bossy. He's just having a bit of hydration there on his Scott foil. Nice machine. David ahead of me here in the blue. Daly, he has a great ride. He's always up the pointy end. He had a win before Christmas. A very capable rider, very nice bloke. They're all good blokes in B grade. We don't have any females in B grade. I can think of a few that could get out and roll around. Jules Nixon, I think she'd go okay in B grade. Anyway, that's the boys for tonight, and pretty tidy. Everyone does their bit, holds their line. No dive bombing in corners. We're very fortunate to have this facility out at Barnawatha. It's the motorsport training facility under the umbrella of Wodonga TAFE. Just coming into the second lap now. There's Pete Barley. Pete's local weapon. He can climb up hills. He can put the distance in. Pete's nudged into the 60 plus age group, just gone 61, he was telling me there last night. And I tell you what, you wouldn't find too many people that can ride the way Pete can. Very capable, reads the ride really well, and I've learned a lot from him. And Reece Pollock as well, Trent. I mean, you can learn something from everyone really, even Mr. Wilson. Work ethic, if nothing else. Mr. Wilson, very trusted wheel. If you're in a bunch with him, he puts the work in and doesn't shirk the responsibilities. There's Stephen McConnell from Alpine Cycling Club. young chap in front of me here on the trek. Not sure whether it's Brent or whether it's Simon. Hopefully someone can help me out with that. I need to sort out, there's just a few fellows that I need to be more aware of. There's Jacob Hanna down from Paul Punker. If he's not pouring nice coffees, he's rolling around the circuit with us and been out on knuckleheads recently, and it's great to see him, and he rides extremely well. Now the boys have had a bit of a look here. They can see that there's a guy off the front. I think it's Brent or Simon, and Pete Barley and Stephen McConnell, and David Daly are after him. So it forms a bit of a break here, and we're only 3 laps in, not quite 3 laps in, 43 kilometres an hour, into the 350, 400, 500, 560. I just saw then Watts to try and bridge back. I'm already hearing a bit of a call from Reese, who I consider a bit of a road captain for me in the crits. I looked at Reese for advice. The main advice he tells me is get aero and conserve. Now David Daly, he's gone for a bit of a look off the front now as well. 4K's in, and there's some attacks. And this is crit racing. This is what it's all about. It's attack, recover. You're always in that sort of tempo range, and then with attacks off it, and that's where the boys that have ridden all their life, the G-bangers, the Greys, the Mr. Spriggets, will say unders and overs, interval training, hard efforts. That's what earns you the stripes when it comes to crit racing. Trav Bossy, he's just leading me through here, and we're back onto the straight. Now, I just like to say, if you're watching this and you're from the local scene, there's Flynn Hill. In the black kit there. It's the first time that Flynn's participated in B grade that when I've been around, and tell you what, he looks like he's got a little bit of motivation there, a little bit of ability. I think the young bloke could really put his head down and spin the wheels up. And is that Kitch that's gone off the front there in front of Mr. Wilson and Reese? I think poor Kitch. Kitch is he's an experienced rider. He's also shared a few tips with me. He's always letting me know when I've done a good job. Very encouraging. Very nice chap. Great rider. Here's a closer look at Flynn, and he's on a very stealthy machine here. He's on the rim brakes and a very nice set of Envy wheels, and there goes Stephen McConnell on a flyer on the Cervelo, the S5 and the Bisma Lisa bike colourway, and he's decided it's time to get back across. That's the moment. You're just into the headwind and now into this sweeper where you're going to get a bit of a cross-taily. You can see, the power numbers are down a little bit there for me. I'm out the front of the group at 42 kilometres an hour and just ticking over at 300 watts, and now needing to just apply a little bit because we're back into the headwind. It's coming on my left shoulder here, the wind. Drop down through these couple of corners. There's Mr. Wilson on his R5 Cervelo, a very nice machine, and our little group of participants just roll through once again. 40 odd kilometres an hour. I think we'll find at the end of the session, the Garmin was saying that my average speed was 37 k's an hour for an hour. It's pretty swift, to be fair, and it was hot. Stealthy McAllister, his Garmin was saying it was 41 degrees when we were rolling around in the warm-up, and warm-up we did indeed. A little bit smoky from the recent fires, but it's not showing up so much. The sky was clearer, but the air quality, it was in the good range, the air quality, but still notable with all the bushfires that have been around. We've got the ND filters on the Insta360 X5, and they're making a noticeable difference with the bright conditions here out in Barnawaffa. Just taking the bit of the flare out of the image. There's Adam, and you'll see Adam Jackson from Castlemaine Cycling Club. He's rolling around with us, and quite an active participant in our little group, helping out. And he said he hasn't been on the bike for quite some time, numerous months, and he said that he wasn't too sure how he was going to go, but quite a capable rider, and I think as he puts a few more Ks back into the legs, he's going to be one to watch in this series. Just a quick shout out for the Albury Wodonga Social Road Riding group. You can find that group on the old interwebs. If you have a look on the Facebook group, you'll find the Albury Wodonga Social Road Riding group, and I believe there's a bit of a shout out for riders that would like to do a ride up Falls Creek, Toowoomba Gap and Falls Creek on the 26th or the 29th. Have a look. The information will be there. I'll just see if I can get those details up during this video, and we'll be able to confirm for you what's going on there. At the Sunday Bunchy as well, you'll find the information on that Facebook group. All welcome, and love to have new riders come along. Junior riders, Lucy Wilson, Tommy Perry, they've been participating in the Sunday Bunchy, and it's I think it's doing wonders for them, to be fair. Good young riders having a bit of a dip. So yeah, jump on there and have a look. Where are we up to now? Just glancing back at this crit, 8.5 kilometres in, and we're just rolling around back into the headwind here as we head out in the western end, southwestern end of the circuit. Adam from Castlemaine's just done another turn as Mr. Wilson and Kitch rolling around. You can see Stephen up ahead. Now, to be fair, and Reese in front of me here, he's the authorised voice, and as I said, I sort of looked at him as a bit of a guiding rider for our group, bit of a road captain, if you like. I mean, it's crit racing, everyone does their own thing, but if there's experienced people, it's always best to listen to them. And Reese was saying, well, Stephen's a very capable rider, but why is he out in no man's land? He's tried to bridge across, and he is checking vouchers into the effort machine rapidly, and spending a lot of watts. Now the boys go again. I'm just rolling off here, looking for a bit of a tow, and I'm just getting a few messages coming through for the Friday focus group, headed up by Trav Bossy, and that ride will be leaving at 7 a.m. from Jones Street, the northern end of Jones Street, on Friday morning, if anyone would like to go for a roll around with those fellas. Okay, that's terrific. Happy days. And just about 10 k's in, and Kitch is sitting there, sitting pretty, he's spinning the legs over. Trav's with us, Adam's with us, Stephen back with us. Now he's just spent numerous vouchers and come back to the group. Now this is what crit racing is about. This is what I'm learning, is that everyone rides their own way. People will attack off the front to try and blow others up and then recover, and then someone else will attack again. And I've had guys say to me, Sundays you go out, it's a 100k ride, you could ride really well, and we have a bit of a chop from Billy's Hill back to Pieface at the servo, and some days I go okay and other days not so much, but that's only a part of the ride. Where this is an hour, there's Dave Mann there in the high vis with one of our juniors, only a very young rider, and the juniors are out on the circuit with us in B grade at the same time, and A grade start just as we are completing, and they will have D grade out with them. And there was actually a little bit of a conversation between our commissaire and A grade last night, and I won't go into that too much because I think that'll be covered on another podcast at another time. We might sit down and have a bit of a chat. But it's all about safety first. People participating. Cycling needs to be the winner on the day. We're not racing for cattle stations, sheep stations, or golden budgerigars. We're out there to get a few points, a bit of bragging rights, and to have a good time with fellow cyclists and enjoy and embrace what it is, the journey of cycling. So enough said on that from me, but just thought I'd cover it. There's Mr. Wilson. He said to me, and I think we'll see at about 19 kilometre mark, he has a bit of a chat to me. And it's interesting, sometimes you'll get chatty riders. I like to ask people whether they've opened the pits yet. It's sort of about 10, 12 k's in, like now. I could glance across to Kitch and just say, what do you reckon, mate? Are the pits open? I could go in for a refuel. Just anything, just to throw people off their game, just to get into their head a little bit. It's not all about the physical and the weather conditions. It's a little bit about the mental as well. Get in their head, just needle away at a few comments. Nothing silly, but geez, nice green sleeves there, mate. What are you, the Hulk? I think Poggy's got that covered. Adam, bit of fun and games. You've got to keep it light-hearted. 12 k's in. I'm just going to let this roll, and you guys can watch along. You can see Stephen's on the front there, Trav. As I was saying, it's pretty damn warm. We're sitting on 39, 40 kilometres an hour. It's not too often you see it sort of drop below 36. The one thing that I will mention, or it's notable, is that Reese is always, and Trent I must say as well, if you're lucky enough to be anywhere in the vicinity of Trent and pick up a few tips from him, he and Reese frequently having a little sip from the water bottle, and I think that's there's something in that. You know, you got to keep the fluids up, keep the hydration. 40 degrees was the track temperature. We're into a headwind now down the straight, 40 k's an hour. This is probably the most technical turn on the circuit. As I said, we're really super lucky to have this. It is more of a flowing road race track, more than sort of one of those typical crit type hard corners, 90 degree, you know, often street blocks, city blocks. If you follow any of the NorCal cycling on the YouTubes over there in the States, some of their circuits, and even down in Melbourne, and that's why Pete Harley says to the younger riders, get yourself down to Melbourne and ride some of the crits down there if you really want to learn what crit racing is all about. But look, for me, I couldn't be happier, about as happy as a chocolate Labrador with two tails, with the head hanging out of the old dual cab ute, heading down the river for a bit of a tub on this circuit, because it's smooth and there's plenty of space for us to have a roll around. Look, Trav Bossie's just rolled through, and Stephen is off the front again now. Yeah, thoughts and comments down below. Everyone's open to their own version of this conversation. It's just that I'm the bloke with the camera, and I'm the bloke that's putting the effort in to produce these videos. So I'll say what I like, and you guys can comment down below. I'd encourage some commentary. Trav's just indicating there he's had enough. It's hot. He's had a big day. He's had a roll around for 14 kilometres, that probably about, I think we're 22 minutes in, you know, halfway. I must admit, I saw him give the indication that he was going to pull off, and I thought to myself, gee, that could be an option. But then I tucked the head back down. I thought, no, Mr. Wilson's out here, and Reese and young Adam, and I've still got a bit in the tank. Not much, it's got to be said. Not a great deal, but I'm out there rolling around, participating, putting some laps down, and learning how to corner. That was my biggest takeaway from the pre-Christmas. If you watch back one of the other videos on the channel, Big Dave Australia on the YouTubes, you'll pick me up across all the socials. Social Dave, really. You'll see that my cornering has improved. Shadows McMillan famously said to me at the start of the Summer Crit Series, after coming through turn number 1, and Shadows McMillan has every right to pass comment on, because he cycled at a very high level over in the UK years ago, and cycled in New Zealand at a national level, authorised voice. And he turned to me and he said, you know, Big Dave, you really are shit. You need to learn how to corner, mate. And I thought, well, thanks for the encouragement. I've told this story before, but it's one of my little stories, and I don't mind trotting it out again. And I'm sure that Shadows McMillan, we call him Shadows because he likes to stay out of the limelight, and so in that way, I'll keep telling the story and changing it as I see fit. Anyway, 15 kilometres in, and we wind out to about 26k. So, you know, we're getting into it now, and there's a bit of a rhythm. You know, the guys are rolling around, we're sharing the workload, and we're putting up with some, you know, somewhat innocuous or pointless little attacks off the front by Stephen McConnell. And he's sitting there, and when I say pointless, I mean the guy has done a a lot of riding, I believe. He looks like a rider. He's got a very tidy Cervelo. And he's good mates with Pete Marley. So he does a bit of riding up there in the hills at Bright. And he's got his own approach to this. And good luck to him. There he is off my left shoulder there now. He tends to ride a big gear. You know, maybe he's got a bit of track history. Strong legs. There he is. That's a nice looking Cervelo. The S5. There's another nice looking Cervelo, the R5. They're well represented, the Cervelos, in our local group. So have a look at me. I'm trying to stay down low, not chew up too much air. My coefficient of drag is somewhat more significant than the likes of Kitch or even Mr. Wilson or Jacob Hanna. Those chaps are a little bit more aero. But then, and I know Reese has a pedigree that people still speak of Reese and his strength in his legs. He's not quite as aero as he would have been in his younger days. I tell you what, I'll put the challenge down. Any decent rider will acknowledge that Mr. Pollock has the capacity to spin up and ride away from you just because he feels like it. Although he does, but he can. And he is someone to take notice of. That's just my thoughts. That's the big dog just laying down some thoughts here as we're 17 kilometres into the B-grade crit of the Sun Series out of Barnawapa. Young Adams rolled around there. Mr. Wilson leading into the bottom of the start-finish straight, and Kitch is spinning it up, and I tell you what, he's finished ahead of me many times, in fact more times than not. Mr. Wilson and Kitch, I often blow up halfway towards the finish line on the last lap. I'm not waving my flag as anyone notable. I'm just the guy that owns the camera, and I like putting the footage together, and it's a bit of fun, and I like participating. Maybe one day, keep chipping away, we'll get there, and might pick up a 4th or a 5th. Might stand on the steps one day, who knows. Here we are, 18 k's in. Let's let it roll. Just a quick check of the old wristwatch there. Just checking where we're at time-wise. We're 20 k's in and about 32 minutes. You see the boys are getting down. Adam's getting a bit aero. He's got the forearms on the drop bars there and trying to reduce his coefficient of drag. Stephen McConnell on his shoulder. Now, there was a bit of a conversation going on with these two here, and I think they were hatching a bit of a plan for the preceding 10 minutes of what they proposed they were going to lay down for everyone else. Sometimes you'll find that people organise themselves into someone doing an attack a couple of minutes before 2 laps to go, just to puff everyone up a little bit, and then their nominated rider has got fresh legs and a full lung of air to spin it up and ride everyone off their wheel. Quite often it comes down to a bunch or the breakaway have a sprint at the end. I think we might capture some footage of the little sprint tonight or last night. We might see that later in the video, not too far away now. There's the usual suspects, and look, if I had another camera on another bike, that'd be terrific as well. But as it is, it's the big dog here, and Adam rolls off once again, and thank you very much. The big dog cruising through now, trying to avoid Watts, and just allowing Hitch to come through. Adam, Reese, Mr. Wilson. Archie McDonald, don't know. Archie must have been off the back. We might get him on the podcast at some stage. And Trav, Hazy, I think they're contributing to the activity on the sideline just over there on the right, back at the vehicles, having a cold beverage. And just having a look at the rest of us. Now look at the big dog. He's got the forearms on the bars. This was probably a lap too early that I did this, but just had a little look out the front, look over the shoulder, I've realised I put a brake in there. Just rode him off my wheel, and I pulled it back here. It's like it's too early. I just had a moment there, and that's where probably that was the moment that cost me the race. Oh dear, the big dog's done it again. You got a little bit excited, a little bit too early, and should have been listening to Reese. Jacob just tucks in again. Younger bloke, fit, rides super well, and he's still got plenty of gas in the tank. Got to hand it to Stephen McConnell. He is still out there. You can see he rides with a low cadence. I'm sort of up there at 100. You can see it on the right hand side there, 93, 94, up into 98s. But Stephen rides a big gear most of the time, and he pulls it off. So you can see the cadence there of Jacob, completely at odds with Stephen's technique, but that's what makes it interesting. It's different bike setups, different physiologies, different physiques, different capacities, aerobic capacities. There you have it. Kitch spins at a high cadence. Mr. Wilson's very smooth, a little bit of power application. And for a big bloke, I'm trying to be a bit of a spinner. In actual fact, it was Reese that said to me in the first few crits that I did last year, when I was just new to all this, he said, you need to drop back 1 or possibly 2 gears, increase your cadence, spin it up, and that will make you a more nimble. And there he goes again, having another sip. I've spoken about that. He keeps the hydration up all the time. Make you a more nimble rider. And you can see I still had something there. The legs have been feeling good the last week or so. Had a bit of a crack at Tuesday Knucklehead's tune-up down 9 Mile through the roundabout, and opened it up a little bit, and was fortunate with how things played out, but obviously got chased down. Trent Perry was present, as he is on this race, and when it comes to business time, Trent's there and he's ready to close the deal. There's a reason why he's a banker with one of the 7th largest bank in the world, he was telling me, is because for Trent it's business time. He's pretty, he doesn't share too many words, but he runs a tidy outfit, and young Tommy, his son, is showing some tremendous form also. Here we go. Just through the sweeper. We're almost done. Just how harbouring the slipstream of Reese, Mr. Wilson. There's Stevens back with us again. He tried to blow us up all night, and he's still here. Jacob, Mr. Wilson, and there he is. There's Trent. Hello, bang, the checkered flag's out. They've come around to Lapis. Pete Barley, Pete, probably the timing of the sprint there, coming through those couple of corners prior to the start-finish straight, Trent obviously got around us. If I hadn't had a rear view. Now we've still got some riding to do. Stephen's gone again. There's Pete on the left hand side. He's taken out second. Mr. Wilson is on to Stephen. You've got to keep your focus. My attention drifted for a second there, I will admit. There's Trent Perry, victorious in the first crit back for January B grade. Trent Perry, the banker. He's taken it to the bank and he's locked it in the vault. He's got the points on the evening. Good luck to him. Reese has just told me, mate, go. If you've got the legs. I've looked over the shoulder and he's gone, go. Now's the time to go. And I thought, holy snapping catfish. Are you serious, Batman? So I've spun it up. On, okay, well, he's right. It's go time. Take me to the river. Wash me down. Here we go. Look at the nostrils. He's got the goat nostril tape on. 38% extra air induction through the snoz, they claim. And down as low as I can into this dreaded headwind here. Just push. Or probably getting a little bit anaerobic now. RPM's up over 100. The cadence is high, 105, 106. Spin. I've realised young Jacob has come through on a flyer. You've got that slight taily now. If I could have held it for another couple of 100 metres, I've gone rats. I think it was exactly what I was thinking, drats. And I let the punch go. Now, to be fair, I've gone exhale. Have a look around. We're almost done. Here's the finish line. Reese ahead of me deserves all the accolades. Mr. Wilson, Adam, tremendous. That's it. That's B grade crits. That's the big dog. We're doing what we do. Tune in again soon. Subscribe to the channel. It'll help me out. Keep me enthused. Happy days. And see you all again soon. Giddy up.